I'm Kavi and I'm director of Third Culture Collective. We've been working over the past few weeks with Tenebrae, a world-leading vocal ensemble, on a really pioneering collaboration of Indian classical music and Western choir. So we've been bridging what seem like very disparate traditions. You know, the Indian classical tradition is typically not written down. It's an oral tradition passed from master to student. And the Western choral tradition, the choir pride themselves on reading music from a notated score very quickly. So it's been a fascinating experience working with really the best in the UK at these two art forms and trying to find a middle ground in between them. We've taken a range of different music as a starting point. We've used, for example, the music of Gustav Holst, a 20th century Western classical composer who was fascinated with India and learnt Sanskrit, translated text from the Rig Veda, an ancient text, into English and set it for choir. And we have reapproached that music and integrated traditional Indian classical styles and harmonies and bandishes and bhajans into the work of Holst. We've also gone the other way around, so started with Indian classical music, traditional pieces, bhajans, bandishes, and integrated Western harmony into that, which really warms the sound. So we've been working with 8 singers from Tenebrae, directed by Nigel, and they have brought such energy and vigour to this collaboration. And we've also been working with 4 of the leading instrumentalists in the Indian classical tradition in the UK today. We have Robin Christian on the Bansuri, a wooden bamboo flute. We have Sanju Sahai on Tabla, and Debipriya on Sitar and also singing. And seeing this group come together has been magnificent over the past few workshops. We've spent a lot of time really understanding the detail of each other's instruments, each other's way of music, to make sure that both styles, both traditions of music are placed on an equal pedestal. We aren't approaching this from a Western lens or an Indian lens, but really an equal, balanced lens. And I hope you can hear that in the music that we're producing.
We've come together with these Indian musicians. We've been working for several weeks on workshops, coming up with new music which we are sharing. We're very excited to be here in Greenford Hall today to share our work with local children, and we are very excited about performing it for the first time.
So today, the children are going to get to listen to the Third Culture Collective's collaborative work with Tenebrae, which I think is going to be very exciting for them because a lot of them identify with their culture and they see that music as something that we don't do. So the opportunity to come and see that music in front of them in our context, but also with our musicians, being part of that process, is going to be a little bit mind-blowing for them. So that's going to be the soundscape of the first 20 minutes of today's sharing, which I think will take some of them by surprise. I don't think they'll quite understand what that's going to feel like for them. So I'm quite excited to see how they react to this.
We had a big hall filled with children, filled with tutors, and we listened to what the collaboration had to share with us. Then the pupils shared all the songs that they've been working on during this term. It was a really beautiful, lovely thing to be able to share the cultures and share different things that they've been exploring musically. So it was a beautiful, hopefully very memorable day to everybody involved.
So I think the impact really for the children was the chance to get to have an outcome for what they've been doing in their Tenebrae sessions, and that experience of getting to perform in public as well, which is a chance they don't really get to do. The different songs from different cultures and some of the cultures that they come from, seeing that celebrated was really impactful for the children as well.
I felt good because I got to learn more about the Indian music, and I mostly know how to play those instruments. Amazing.
Did you like it? Did you enjoy it?
Yes.
What did you like?
I like the singing part. I like the singing.
Today was an amazing day. I think the impact on watching Tenebrae combined with another group from different cultures and singing different songs was incredible. The children loved how they could learn about new instruments and see it in action, and also then performing to different schools. They loved learning new songs, they loved the Makaton and the signs, and it really helped build their confidence. So yeah, amazing.
We are doing Indian classical and Western classical together, and it's like unique experience for me. Very few time I did this kind of gig, but this is one of the best, and it's very good to collaborate two culture and still it sounds so much like one. Yeah, unity is amazing.
Yeah, it sort of reinforced what I already thought about myself as a musician, which is that in our Western classical tradition, out of necessity, a lot of our training is quite rigid and quite structured in the way we approach things, and it can be quite terrifying to sort of trust that you can take risks, trust that you can be more elastic with the music, whether it's a tempo thing, whether it's a language thing, whether it's a tuning thing. It's forcing you to take risks that you don't always get the chance to do in sort of Western classical tradition. So for that's quite a new experience for me. You know, the different sort of timing systems, the idea of something being in 10/8 all the way through is just completely anathema to a Western classical musician, where we deal in 4/4s and 3/4s and 12/8s lots of times, and then suddenly 10/8. So yeah, it's about kind of having as open mind as you can and sort of just, you know, being as flexible as you can, which is quite scary, but exciting.
One of the most interesting things to notice is that so much of Indian classical music is learned by ear. It's a totally oral tradition. And that's something that as professional musicians we move away from the older we get. With the work that we do in schools, we kind of teach everything by ear. We do a little bit of basic notation, but everything is learned by ear. And as we grow older as musicians and we develop our skills, we're so focused on reading the music. So it's been really nice to sort of step away from that a little bit, see other musicians learning by ear and figuring things out that way, and the incredible memory that involves as well. I think some of the surprising things that we've come across are how well some of the music can fit together. So we've just been rehearsing a Tumri song, which is kind of a lighter piece of Indian classical music, alongside Tarufale's Upi Caritas, and the way that those two pieces kind of fit together so nicely. There's a lot of work, you know, we kind of think about, in Western music we have our kind of modes, the modal scales, and Indian classical music is based on similar modes. The modes are more complex, but the kind of general premise is still the same. You kind of have 8 notes, and it works on a system called Sagram, which is really similar to our kind of solfege system. So it's been really cool to see how those two kind of bounce off each other, and the music can fit together in a way that actually suddenly doesn't feel like two separate traditions. You can see the links and you can see where the jigsaw pieces kind of fit together, and you make something new.
It's really amazing to hear the two styles that I've grown up with through my whole life come together in this collaboration between Third Culture Collective and Tenebrae. I've grown up listening to Indian classical music and Bollywood at home and then trained as a Western classical singer. So to hear these two styles fused together, it actually makes a lot of sense and the music really flows into each other. The way that Kavi has arranged all of the music is really beautiful and lends itself to both styles so beautifully.
I think it's a journey. So for me, I don't know how to read Western score. So I'm having to follow it, but in following it, I'm beginning to sort of actually literally connect the dots a little bit. So at the end of it, I hope we get a piece of music that can appeal to a lot of people, but from both genres.
For me, we've created something that's really British Indian. The hallmark of a good blending of styles, I think, is something that resonates with purists from both traditions. And I hope that what we've created stands up to that test, both for lovers of Western choral harmony, as well as lovers of Indian classical music.